Hey guys, so we're finally back with American Horror Story. Now, I wanted to do this video for a while. Now, what you see here is two of my favorite previous seasons since the announcement of season 12. Now, like I told you, I did skip season 11 of American Horror Story titled NYC. I feel as if due to the whole plot, it wasn't really that interesting because I think we've dealt with those elements in American Horror Story before. But this season, I wanted to take a scale back before we jump into the next future seasons. What I mean by that is this. Now, previous season, which is season 9, titled American Horror Story 1984, was a slasher theme inspired season. Now, what I like about this season is this. We had so many different casts, and the casts were such amazing groups, and that, you know, the final girl was a friend Widrock's character, and he played as the final girl instead of like anything else. And I think the campiness of season 9 was very, very needed, and coming off from an apocalyptic year such as season 8, which was Apocalypse. Now, upon me revisiting certain elements of the season, there's things I feel as if that 1984 did very well. And before we jump into what I think they did pretty well, let's look at American Horror Story Double Feature, which was another, I think, interesting season which didn't have a proper closure. I'm gonna explain where I'm going with this. So the first thing I want to say is this. Season 9, 1984, was, to me, when I thought of it, I thought they were playing on the theme of the book 1984, which is actually a banned book now, and that it was going to be a tutorial society where everything is ruled by certain class, and it ended up being somewhat of that way. But I think 1984 and season 10 were swapped. And what I mean by that is that Double Feature ended up being season 10 instead of season 8, and then season 9 became 1984. And I would have loved for them to create a sequence where it's a double feature but inspired by the 1984 book. This is not the first time I think American Horror Story is planning on doing that. From what I heard, they are planning on doing an inspired book season this time around, which is called Delicate, which is the theme name of season 12 of American Horror Story. Now, maybe in the future I will go back and visit season 11, but due to the franchise's popularity, I will keep it around. But Double Feature as well as 1984, I think, played such amazing drawbacks in part of the last few golden age of American Horror Story. I think Red Tide as well as the Death Valley, like the mid part of the seasons, started very strong, especially Red Tide from start to finish. They did such an amazing job of that. Now, on the other hand, the Death Valley started off somewhat of a okay, but in mid part or second episode or even few episodes, I don't think it had like elements of horror prior to see the other half, which was Red Tide. But Death Valley did play a little bit with like government, high society. So definitely season 10 Death Valley part gave us a little bit of what I was thinking about, which was the 1984 George Orwell's book. Now, what's cool is that I think they could have went something very interesting like a tutorial society, or even they could have brought back like the cooperative is the one that caused the whole Jojo Wells book, and they making prediction based on that book. That would have been cool. Now, upon looking more and how these factors may connect to the upcoming season, which is season 12, which is titled Delicate. Now, this will be the first time, from what I know, that's the American Horror Story season will be focusing on a inspired book, and the writers and all the creative writers are different this time, which I will be covering in the next video. Now, a little bit of key points that I heard about Delicate is the opposite of a feminist movement of the Rosemary's Baby, which is also a book and a title of a movie, which is Rosemary Baby. And like I said, I'm still trying to figure out the Kim Kardashian thing, but nevertheless, I think they started filming on April 4th or April. So let's see what's gonna happen for the trailer for the season. Like and subscribe, guys.